Hey everyone, welcome back to the Art of Save Scumming. Today we're going to be looking at an early turn guide for Clan Scryer. Now there are a couple different ways that you can go about this, but I think this is the strongest way to do this. There is a problem locally, which is Morger, and he can be a good neighbor if you allow him to be. You can also rush over there and take him out if you want. That's not what we're going to be doing today. If you want to see my strat guide for taking out Morger, then I can do that in a separate video. So what we're going to do here real quick is first check the trait on this hero, aggressive. So he's not a very good warlock engineer for our long-term purposes. So we can probably, after our initial run, move this one out, put him on the campaign map to do some other things. If you've got a really good trait like discipline or something like that, you want to keep him in that army instead of switching him out for another warlock engineer. So anyway, first things first, we'll go ahead and attach him into this army, and then we're going to fight this battle and receive no casualties in doing it. And there we have it. We have no casualties, not even any damage on our heroes. Didn't get as much food as we probably would have if we had auto-resolved it, but no casualties. Now, you're going to go ahead and sack this. This is really important. Sack it. And then we're going to put Ikit Claw in Force March after we apply this point. I'm going to Force March him to this settlement. You say, oh, well, you know, there's another force right there. They might attack us. I hope that they do, but they probably won't because we have a very healthy army here.
Where are my schematics?
They will either attack us, go this way, or go this way. The ideal scenario is that they go this way, but all of them will work. And then back at Skaven Blight, we're going to go ahead and get into some of our stuff here. So first things first, we're going to get this. And then we also need to raise another Lord. Now, you can choose to either go with the Warlock Master, depending on trait, because you have some important stuff with this laboratory here. And it's about here, I think, that you need to be able to get a Warlock Master up to level 15. So you can do that, or you can go Grey Seer. I would say choose depending on who's got Sneaky. So we don't have a Grey Seer that's Sneaky. And we're going to be a good minute. We could go with Disciplined, but I think I want to work on my Grey Seers because they are going to allow us to get those confederations. And a Knowledgeable with extra character experience is probably the right way to go. And this one is going to sack the city for a couple turns. Not really to gain experience, but just really to help consolidate the province, and it might as well be doing something while we wait. So go ahead and get 2 clan rats and a Skaven slave slinger on that one. And then the other thing that we have to do before we can move on to the next turn is we need to go into our Forbidden Workshop, and this is really important. We have to go to the onboard waste compactors for our rattling guns. This gives us unlimited ammunition. And then we have an additional 2 to use here. We might as well use this on something in case we have to use our Doom rockets. And the one that I prefer to use is the build an extra Doom rocket, whichever one that is. 25% chance to build an extra Doom rocket, that one. Go ahead and do that early on. That way when you build those Doom rockets, you have a chance of getting an additional one. All right, cool. We are in pretty good shape. Let's go ahead and apply the expansionist planning to this one. And we are off to the races. Let's go to the next turn. Since we applied expansionist planning to Skaven Blight, we now have access to the right that is the dominating scheme. We're going to go ahead and pop this as soon as possible. We're going to need all of the food. The second thing that we were able to accomplish was getting access to ferocious plans. So we're going to go ahead and pop that one as well. We're going to apply the point for the Warlock Engineer. This is, as far as I can tell, 100%. So we're going to go ahead and get increased mobility. And sometimes you can get a trick where you will ambush this army, but if they are recruiting, then you have a very low chance of that happening. And you can pin the reinforcements if you play it right, as in fighting it as a field battle. So sometimes the intuition would be to attack this army as it stands right outside the settlement, and you can see that it would draw in the reinforcements, and then you can just machine gun the reinforcements. This is actually the opposite of what we want to do in this instance. So what we're going to do is actually attack the settlement itself, and it says decisive defeat, but that's not how that's going to go, because we have unlimited ammunition on our Rattling guns. So fight this battle, and then occupy the settlement afterwards.
Ikit Claw! Kaboom! Stab! Ikit Claw! Fire! Shoot! Squeak, squeak! Ikit Claw! Warp lightning! Blood of our ears! Keep your heads down, men!
And we're going to go ahead and occupy this, and we're going to occupy it at level 3.
Take Australia!
Now at this position, we're going to go ahead and distribute these points. I like to go here and here. And then this one, we're going to do this and start going down this line. It's the most important for a Warlock Engineer. And then here, we're going to go ahead and get 3 Skaven Slave Slingers. Moving back over to this army, we have Tabaro to deal with.
Council's voice.
We're going to fight this and do a halfway decent job of it.
Slingers! March, scurry, yes! Victory, yes! No, no! So, yes, yes. Grey Seer. Conrats! Weapons out, lads! Master kill! Poor leaders, hear me! Don't give them an inch! Ruination! Slingers! They squirt their musket. Grey Seer! Protect me! I'm now ready. Attack charge!
We'll go ahead and sack this location, and then we'll have enough movement to get back into Skaven Blight. So let's move here. We're going to get another Clan Rat and 2 more Skaven Slave Slingers. This location, we want to access this for our technologies, and we also want this. So temporarily, we're going to build this, and then we're also going to build this. So next turn, we'll have access to this from the rubbish pit, and then we'll have access the following turn to this, the Ruthless Plans, from that one. And that's all moving towards our Scheme of Doom right here. And to do that, we have to get 3 technologies. You can do some diplomacy if you want. In my opinion, the chances that you have for diplomacy are the broken nose, and I would say not doing that, because that can prematurely, especially if you get smacked around by Sartosa, then you can ultimately end up prematurely at war with the dwarves. You want to declare war on the dwarves. You don't want them to declare war on you. Next turn.
Absolutely
That army that we defeated a few turns ago with Ikit has force marched itself into this region, and that's okay. We'll be able to handle this without super problems. But what we want to do over here is make it over to Nuja. And this is an auto-resolve victory. And you can fight this manually if you want, but I would say losing a Skaven slave isn't that big of a deal. So I would go ahead and take that auto-resolve. And that will also give us some more food to hopefully get back up to yellow. Now, in my opinion, we're going to be a little bit strapped for food when we get over to Sartosa area. So we're going to just take this at level 1 so that we don't have to spend any additional food. We've unlocked this. We can go ahead and demolish the rubbish pit. Rebuild that. We might as well go ahead and get that and assign these points. We want to go hard into Ancient Cunning. Now, the only thing that is really left in this early turn guide is to continue to sack Tabaro until Morgar threatens it. And when you see him move over the end turn into a position that looks like he might be getting close to taking Tabaro, go ahead and occupy the city. Remember that when you do that, you're going to kick off a revolt at the capital of Estalia. From here, the world is your oyster. You are set up for a very strong campaign with Ikit Claw.